Oh yeah, y'all know we got a lot to talk about today. Motor City Sports Talk, your boy CJ Goodfella, back in the building. And apparently the Jets, Darren Lee, the linebacker from Ohio State, said they knew all the Lions plays, all their signals when they went no huddle. They knew the signals. They knew exactly what was coming. So it was very, very predictable. And this is who, Jim. This is who Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn wanted to keep as an offensive coordinator. I told you guys all last year, Jim Bob Cooter didn't know what he was doing as an offensive coordinator. Anytime somebody don't know how to effectively run the ball and you need an offensive run game coordinator, it's a problem. For some reason, they ignored all the problems. They ignored the redundant play calling. They ignored the redundant run calls. They ignored the same motion into the bunch formation, same crossing routes, and the same all types of stuff. They ignored all the obvious things about the Detroit Lions and the offense with Jim Bob Cooter. But they got rid of Terrell Austin, all right? Yep, I'm going to harp on that. They got rid of Terrell Austin when he wasn't the problem. Terrell Austin got the most out of the defense. Matt Patricia did not. I told guys from the beginning, and that's the story for a different video for a different time, but I told you guys from the beginning, Terrell Austin was a way better defensive coordinator, way better defensive coach, a way better head coaching candidate than Matt Patricia. I said that from the beginning, all right? And they kept Jim Bob Cooter and brought a defensive guy in. I told people the problem was the offense. Jim Bob Cooter did not know how to run an offense. Jim Bob Cooter can't figure out how to run the ball for his life. They brought this new offensive line coach in, new offensive run coordinator in. Matt Patricia said he'd be an integral part of running the ball. And for godly, they put LeGarrette Blount back there. They put Theo Reddick on the goal line. And they put Theo Reddick in before they put Kerryon Johnson in. And obviously, anybody in the stadium last night, Jets fans, Lion fans, neutral, whoever fan you was, you can see last night that Kerryon Johnson was the best running back on the field, just in general. And the Jets said they knew what they was gonna run, and it looked like it, especially on the delay, like a little out and in slant route they did. They jumped the route. They was jumping the routes. They knew what the Lions was gonna do, and Jim Bob Cooter didn't retool his offense or nothing. He didn't revamp the offense. It's the same stuff. It's the same crossing route by Golden Tate. It's the same stuff. They threw a little bit more deep passes than they usually do. But other than that, it was no variety in the offense. It's the same offense they brought from last year into this year. And people forget that was the issue last year. The Lions couldn't sustain drives. It was explosive plays or nothing. They couldn't pick up third downs. They couldn't pick up third and shorts. They couldn't pick up seconds and shorts. They couldn't pick up first and shorts. They couldn't pick up goal line. Third, first, second, and third, fourth, and goal, whatever you want to say. They couldn't punch it in from there. And last night was though different. It's two common denominators, man. All right, the two common denominators are Jim Bob Cooter, and the one common denominator going back from Scott Linehan to Joe Lombardi to Jim Bob Cooter is Matthew Stafford. That's the one common denominator. Now it's time to really look at him. He's sticking out like a sore thumb, but this video not about him. It's about Jim Bob Cooter. The offense is lackadaisical, and I'm pretty sure Matthew Stafford fought for Jim Bob Cooter to be here, and it's not working. It's not working. And I said he shouldn't survive the first half of the season if things don't go right. I would demote him and fire him now. I would have had a backup plan. Matter of fact, I would never even have brought him back. I would never took him from that regime over here. I don't know what Matt Patricia was thinking. He should have brought his own guy in. But they was trying to cater to Matthew Stafford. You give him all this money. You want to cater to him. And guess what? The offensive coordinator is a lame duck. He don't have no creative bones in his body. And don't forget, Joe Lombardi said before he left that Matthew Stafford was stupid. That's what he said. He couldn't read defenses. He couldn't retain the playbook. That's what he was saying about him. People, brushed over that and just, thought it was sour grapes. But now it might be true. I'm looking I'm there and I'm looking at certain coverages that he's throwing into. I said he couldn't read that. And the offensive line didn't do him no help either. Everybody was getting whooped for the most part. TJ Lang injured again. You know what I'm saying? And people say, you crazy. You can't cut TJ Lang. If he ain't healthy, what good is he to him? But he got a lot of dead money if you release him, so I understand the aspect of that part. All right, but, like I say, man, Jim Bob Cooter ain't it, family. He ain't it, man. And as long as he's the offensive coordinator, you might as well mail it in for each game after that. He can't make no adjustments. All offseason, he had time to make an adjustments, time to draw up a different playbook, time to do things. And maybe the things that he want to do, maybe Stafford can't carry out the mission. You could think about that for a minute. But not being able to commit to the run, Stafford having just as many rushes than anybody else that's running the ball, it's comical. It's comical. It's very, very comical. And it's going to be fans that's optimistic. Well, maybe next week and the week after next and this and that. No, man. No. When your defense is bad as your offense now, because Terrell Austin and his scheme covered up a lot of the bullshit. A lot of the bullshit last year was the offense going 3 and out. The defense was making stops, so they got tired. People forget that. When Nada went out, the run defense did go to shit, but Terrell Austin made it do what it do. Matt Patricia can't make it do nothing right now. Nothing. And Jim Bob Cooter, he can't make it do nothing. When your offense and defense is equally bad, it's a shame, man. Most offensive coordinators are killed to have the weapons that the Lions have. They were killed. But, it is what it is. And like I said in this offseason, as long as he's the offensive coordinator, maybe Jim Caldwell was holding him back. Bull sniff. Bull sniff. That ain't the fact. Jim Bob Cooter is not an NFL caliber offensive coordinator. It's just simple as that. Matt Patricia, the one guy he hung his hat over and let him stay was the worst person of all. And I told you guys that. That's something the Lions would do. They got rid of Terrell Austin, the best defensive mind, one of the best defensive minds out there for a lame duck offensive coordinator. Motor City Sports Talk. Y'all know what the business is. Your boy CJ Goodfellow. Much blessings to all the brothers and sisters. Give me your viewership. Make sure you share these videos and somebody that love Lion football or just love Detroit sports overall. Y'all know what it is. Until the next time, we gone.